My name is Mallard27, and I'd like to welcome you back to another Soldiers Inc. Mobile Warfare instructional video. Today we're going to cover hero gear. So as you'll notice, this individual does not have any hero gear equipped, which allows for a great discussion. Now, it's a common misnomer that the left-hand side is offensive and the right-hand side is defensive. That is true for the bottom three items only. These three items are defensive. These three items are offensive. But the grenade slots are interchangeable and combinable. In the grenade slots, I could have two offensive grenades, two defensive grenades, or an offensive and a defensive grenade, and they could show up in either of these two slots. For instance, with nothing equipped in either slot, the grenade slot defaults to here. So if I wanted to equip a defensive grenade, it's going to go here in the offensive column. Now, as my second grenade, I only have two. I could add this, and you would see that an offensive item is in the defensive column. Now, if you happen to be lucky enough to have two offensive grenades or two defensive grenades, you could add them here, and we'll go over that later. The first thing we're going to cover is types. The types of gear we have are common, white, you can see it right here in parentheses. Uncommon, which is designated by a green triangle in the lower right-hand corner, says uncommon. We have rare, designated by blue, and it says rare. And then we have legendary, designated by gold, and says legendary. Those are the four types of equipment. We also have four tiers of equipment. Tier 1 equipment covers light infantry only, and that's what you can see here. Tier 2 equipment covers light infantry and mechanized infantry. Tier 3 covers light infantry, mechanized infantry, and armor. And Tier 4 covers everything, including aviation. So obviously, you want to achieve Tier 4 equipment. That would be the end goal, right? But that will be based on a number of different things we'll talk about. So now that we've covered types and tiers, let's talk about equipping. How would you want to equip your gear? Regardless of what type or tiers of equipment you have, you're going to always want to equip based on what types of troops you're going to be sending. Now, if you're this individual, the most you're going to be able to equip is Tier 2 items. So if you're sending aviation or you're sending armor, it really doesn't matter what you have equipped in here because it's not going to impact. But if you are sending mechanized infantry, you're going to want to equip as much Tier 2 equipment as you can. And so if you're looking, for instance, at these gloves, these are only Tier 1 gloves. So a common misnomer, and it happens to a lot of people, is they see the gold, which is the legendary equipment, and they say to themselves, oh my goodness, I can't possibly replace this with uncommon equipment or something, even common. But what they're missing is this equipment right here only benefits light infantry. So if I'm sending mechanized infantry, despite the fact that this is uncommon equipment, it's going to give me 2.9% boost as opposed to 0. I would argue 2.9 is better than 0 even though I'm replacing legendary equipment with uncommon, so that is what I'd want to equip. Another example of that is this loadout, which is obviously optimized to offensive. So if I look at bonuses over here, this will tell me what I am getting out of what I have equipped. So right now, based on what's equipped, I'm getting 61.2% boost in everything, whether I send aviation, armor, mechanized, or infantry, light infantry, I'm getting a 61.2% boost. And whatever troops I have that have defense, I'm getting a 48.6% boost. Now, if I'm going to send only armor, I actually do have better gear in my storage. I would equip this because you see it's going to give me 0.3% more um, armor than I'm getting here, and zero point 0.3 is still 0.3. And this is at 19.7. This gear is only at 20.5, so I'm going to equip this as well. Now if I go back to bonuses, you'll see I'm going to get 68.7% versus the 61. So I'm getting like 7% more boost in my armor. Yes, aviation's lower, but I'm not sending that. So you should be messing around with your storage based on the troops you're sending, because right now my light infantry, my mechanized infantry, and my armor are getting 68.7% versus if I were to equip my tier 4 items, I'd only be getting 61.2. I would argue 68.7 is better than 61.2 unless I'm sending aviation. So you should mess around with this depending on the troops you have if you happen to have gear that is better. On the idea of gear, let's talk about maximum type of gear that we. So from a gear perspective, the max you can see out of any grenade, again, this is talking legendary, is 10%. The item, no matter what you get from a grade 4, tier 4, so a legendary tier 4 item, they're all grenades are going to start at 4%, and at plus 5 get to 10%. All gloves, whether it's gloves or helmet, offense or defensive, they're going to have a max of 15%, and they'll start at a maximum of 6%. So the closer to 6% you get, the better the gear item. So you can see this helmet right here is 5.7%, which is closer than 5.5 where this piece started. So this is a better gear item. These gloves, they started at 6%. So this is a max gear item. Now, whether we're talking this gun over here or this gun over here, they're going to have a maximum value of 20%. They're going to start maximum at 9. So this just helps you gauge when you're sorting through your legendary gear, what gear to sell and what gear to keep. The closer it is to that starting value of 4, 6, 9, or 6, the better the item is going to be. These two bottoms have a max of 15, just like these two have a max of 15. And just like them, the closer to 6 they are, the better the item is. So what you can denote from that is the maximum offensive or defensive you can possibly see in the game is 70%. Now, if I'm going to send defensive troops, right now my grenades are set at offensive. I would remove these, and I would then equip the grenades that I have, and now you'd see I'm getting a 61.6%. So the next logical question is, how do I upgrade these? We'll leave acquiring to the end. How do I upgrade these? So I upgrade them using Hero Cash. Hero Cash can be obtained several ways. You can buy it in the store that sells it for money. You can get it from tournaments, or you can get it from selling gear. And of course, how do you acquire the gear? You run ops. So if I sell the gear, I'll get Hero Cash. You can see from this sale, I'll get almost 700 Hero Cash dollars. One of the things people will tell you in the game is that you want to save all your Hero Cash and never spend any of it until you get Tier 4 legendary items. Now, that may be a wise approach from an end-all game, but it's going to make playing the game kind of laborsome. My recommendation is, as you acquire gear, if you only have Tier 1 gear right now, you should be upgrading at the very least your rare and your legendary items to give your light infantry the best chance they have. If you have Tier 2 gear pieces and you have legendary or rare items, upgrading them is going to help your mechanized troops. Again, if you have tier 3, so on and so forth, tier 4, you can see that's how I played this game. As I got legendary items, I upgraded them. So that's how I have this tier 3 items um, that are already maxed, and I can use them in place of my tier 4 when that's more sufficient. Um, but how much does it cost to upgrade? Depending on the tier and depending on the type, that's going to tell you how much it costs. But let's look at tier 4 legendary items here. If I want to upgrade this to a +1, it's 15,120. If I want to upgrade to a +2, it's 3240. If I want to upgrade to a +3, it's 45,360. Upgrading to a +4 is 60 something, not 61, like 60 in, 6,500, something like that. And upgrading to a +5 is 75 and some change. So how do you get these items? You get them by running ops. So here is the ranges. If I run ops anywhere between a level 1 to a level 19 op, I'm going to get grade 1 items. To get grade 2 items, you have to run levels 20 through 39. Grade 3 items are levels 40 through 69, and tier 4 items are levels 70 through 135. So that's how you acquire these. Now, some people might ask, when will I start seeing uncommon, rare, and legendary crates? You might have seen the boxes or the crates. I can show you a crate. But how do you get those? You have to run a level 100 or above in ops to see those crates. You can see legendary crates drop at level 100. It's not super likely until you've hit 135. And yes, you do want to run all the way up to 135s. But I've had plenty of legendary crates for tier 4 items drop at level 100. So that just about covers it, but there's a couple more things I would like to go over. First off, this store where you're buying with, real day money, this store sometimes you'll see advertisement for gear items. They're only gear 3s or below. Myself and my friends have never seen that go up for sale. However, as a one-time feature, you can buy gear crates from the store with diamonds. So again, if I click store here and hero and mercenaries in gear crates, you will see that you can buy in the different tier levels. In tier 1, I can buy, the container plus the keys, whether it's legendary, rare, or uncommon. Tier 2, I can buy legendary, rare, or uncommon. Same with tier 3, and same with tier 4. You'll notice there's no legendary gear crate in the tier 4 section. That's because I bought it already. This is a one-time deal. You buy it and you can't buy it again. So if you're missing gear or you want to have some gear, you can try that method. Doesn't mean you won't get duplicates of what you have, but it is something you can try. And the last thing I want to point out is you can get keys from the store for diamonds as well. This is buy as many as you want kind of deal. These don't run out, so you don't have to be afraid that you buy it once, you can't get it again. This is a way to get keys if you have crates. You can get keys in ops as well, just like you can get crates. They probably drop just as unfrequently as the crates do. So if you want to expedite, you would buy using diamonds. Finally, under tech, under hero, in this section, you can buy or upgrade the gear value and the gear sales speed. You can see my gear value for tier 4 items is maxed out. My speed is not. But this just maximizes the dollar value you can get from your items. If you're elite activated, if you have an elite status, you can see that it does not do anything other than boost your selling speed for hero gear. So, if you click sell and it is on an item that has a selling speed lower than 20 minutes, after I hit sell, I would then be able to sell this item for free. But for like a tier 4 item, selling is 48 minutes. So if I boost down to under 20 minutes, again, I can get rid of it for free. And, like this item is 25 minutes. So if I boost it for 5 minutes and then 1 minute, you'll see that it's under 20 minutes and I can free boost. You can also sell these items and boost them with diamonds. So those are ways to expedite you making value here. Those are all of the features that I can think of about Hero Gear. I hope this video has helped you. Thank you for watching. And again, visit www.mallard27.com for more tutorials and help on playing this game.